equivalence in translation. It is not a replacement of words, as you know. This is the basic definition of translation. This is the theme, in fact, the core of translation process. I've asked you about the many definitions of translation that you have read. Yes, Ibrahim, what do you say?
Yes, Doctor. Doctor, first, let me tell you that we cannot confirm translation to one or two definitions because
Yes,
it is elastic in nature and depends upon the person who does the translation, yes. And it differs from the language to language and from culture to culture. But
Yes, very good.
yeah, but the translation, we can say it is the process which is intended to find meaning equivalence in the target text.
Yes, good. What does it mean, meaning equivalence?
Doctor, this means that the translator can confirm to us what is intended by the author.
Yes, good.
Or by the writer.
Yes, thank you very much, Aya. Good.
Thank you, Doctor.
Burak.
Doctor, translation,
Yes, Burak.
Yes, miss, I'm with you. Doctor, first of all, translation, just like a bridge, and it is a smart job. So it is defined by different scholars, and one of the main famous prominent who defines translation his name, Newmark, said translation is rendering meaning of a text into another language in a way that the author intended. So here the main focus is to render the meaning according to the intention of the author, or let's say writer, what he intended to say, or what he what he went to deliver for the other, in order to focus the main consideration of a translation.
Yes, very good. So in the Newmark's perspective, the translator has to concentrate on the intention of the author. He means the original writer of the text. What did he intend when he wrote the text? So the translator has to pay attention to the intention of the author. Russell, yes, Burak, very good.
Yes, Doctor. Doctor, I read all the authors, their definition, but I like Oxford University when they define translation. So they defines as the process of translating words or a text from one language into another. So it means that from one source language, original language, to the target language. So I like it because it's. I feel like
as you
it's very clear.
see
And
this definition, there is no. Yes. And it is similar to your idea about translation, your elementary idea about translation. This definition concentrating on the transference of languages without concentrating on meaning, right?
Yes, Doctor.
Yes, thank you, Russell. Haneen Ali.
Yes, Doctor. Translation is the mental process of reworking text from one language to another to maintain the original message and communication.
Yes, good. So here, the concentration on communication, how to communicate with others, how to deliver a message, how to transfer meaning. Yes, Haneen, very good. Haneen Ali. Yes, who else? Rania.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Rania.
Doctor, translation is help us understand and translate the other language, just like English and Arabic. How can I understand the English if I can't translate it in Arabic?
Yes, it's another perspective. Very good. Hawra Jasem.
Yes, Doctor. The translation is a simple definition about as well the process and process the source the other language to another language in target. So
you mean the target language? You mean you are talking here about two languages,
from
the source and the target? Yes.
From the target language.
From the source?
Yes,
Yes.
such as different methods of translation about and other based to major old now methods of translation.
Yes. Which scholar you have adopted?
Sorry, this about method of translation?
About the definition. If I ask you, define the scholar who presented this definition, which scholar you have adopted?
Translation is the process of transferring message or meaning from source language to target language.
Okay,
Yes,
good. Thank you. Hora.
there are many definitions to translation.
Yes.
Yes.
Which one have you chosen? You have presented the basic one that we are discussing about. Thank you, Hawra Jasim.
Yes, the translation is old of human civilization.
It is as old as the human civilization itself. As you know,
Yes, doctor.
there are even in the Sumerian civilization, there are even bilingual dictionaries at that time. So it is a very old process. Surah Qasim.
Yes, doctor. Catford defined the translation in a very simple way. It's a process that substituting a text from one language, it's the source language, to another text in another language. He mean the target language.
Yes, good. Zainab Ja'far.
Yes, doctor. For me, I like the definition of Nida and Taber when they say translate.
Naida. Yes, he is one of the most, yes, Eugene Naida, one of the most important translation scholars.
Yeah. Translating consists in reproducing in the receptor language the closest natural equivalent of the source language message.
Yes, good. He is trying to create the same effect. What do you mean by equivalent, Zainab? Did you get a clear idea about the word equivalent?
Yeah, doctor. Equivalent in meaning. That means when we translate the text that we say from the source language to the target language, we should translate the text in which become the same meaning or the closest meaning to the source text.
Yes, good. Here, the word equivalent, it means المكافئ أو المقابل. For instance, the word I in English, for instance. What is the equivalent for the word I? Ain. Sometimes in Arabic, the word Ain, it is not enough, it is insufficient to be translated as I, because it might mean what in Arabic, Ain? What is the other meaning of the word Ain in Arabic? Is it only the organ for seeing? Gulal? You are raising
No, it may be a place where a human can see.
Ain, good. Ainun ba'da athar. It is something to be found after, just like another place. Yes, good. What else, Fatma Safa? The other meaning for the word Ain in Arabic.
Doctor, maybe the letter يعني حرف العين.
Yes, good. This is another thing. What else? You see, we have here different equivalents. أكثر من مكافئ, أكثر من مقابل. Naida concentrates on reproducing in the target language the one which is similar to the one found in the original. As you know that we have the original text and the target text. Naida stresses that the translator must recreate or reproduce the same effect that was found in the original text. So the word Ain might mean other meanings. What? We have the seeing organ, a place, a letter in the Arabic alphabet. What else? There are other meanings for the word Ain. Ibrahim.
دكتور ثقب الأوبرا.
عين الأوبرا you mean.
It also.
I'm talking about the word عين, just عين.
Yes.
آمنة.
Maybe it means نفسه when we say in Arabic الشيء عينه أو ذاته.
Yes, good. What else? Another meaning for the word عين. A fountain, ينبوع. العيون والينابيع, for instance, right? It means a fountain. What else? عين على الحقل, يعني يحرس الحقل. رانيا.
Doctor, maybe it's in envy, hasad in Arabic.
عين in our colloquial, yes. By the way, what is hasad in English?
Envy.
Envy, this is as a verb. Neither concentrate on creating the same effect. In English, they don't say envy. He is envying us. So neither concentrate on this basic definition of translation process is concentrating on reproducing, إعادة إنتاج, إعادة خلق, the same effect which is found in the original text. In Arabic, we have hasad. We know the meaning of hasad. In English, they don't say envy in their usual communication. They have another expression for hasad. Do you know it? So translation is not a replacement of words. As a verb, enlighten. What is it in English? We are not replacing words. In English, it is called evil eye. Okay, so here what I've done, I've reproduced the same effect which is found in Arabic and where in the other language, in the target language. So when an Englishman reads my translation, he will know that I'm talking about al-hasad, which is called evil eye. Understood?
دكتورة هي evil إنه العين الشريرة يعني
No,
أقدر أقول
no. In the original context of the evil eye, you are translating literally here, Rania. But in a translation, there is a certain context, أكو سياق معين which controls the whole text. I'll give you different examples to show you that in a translation, we are not picking words. We are what? We are constructing meaning. In Arabic, for instance, when I say رأيت شجرة كبيرة, I'll share a file. It is easier to write on. Okay? Examples. I'll share this file with you. It is a blank file. You see it?
No, miss, we can't see.
رأيت now.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Now.
Is it clear?
Yes, doctor,
Yes.
it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. Here, concentrate on the verb رأيت, رأى. رأيت لأمي لأمي رأيت في المنام أرى أنك على صواب. Okay? The root of all these words is the verb رأى. You know the meaning of root as a verb?
Yes, Dr. جذر أو الأصل.
Yes. Good. So here, if I ask you to translate these simple texts, is it a simple or a difficult one? Each one of them simple, plain, and clear. So رأيت, how to translate رأيت? فاطمة صفاء.
I saw.
I saw. Yes. So the first text will be translated as
I saw a large tree.
Large tree. What do you say, ladies? You agree with her? Rania?
Yes, doctor, I agree. Or I can say I a big tree.
Yes, a big tree. Yes. Why you say large? Is there a difference between big and large?
Yes, Miss, there.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think large is more formal.
It is different in sizes. Yes, Burak. رأيت بأم عيني.
Doctor, we can say I saw in my eyes. My mother in my eyes.
I saw in the mother of my eyes?
No,
Okay.
in my eyes.
A minute. I've heard this. Here. We are using the same verb. Is it correct to say, ladies, I saw in the mother of my eyes? Dhilal?
Doctor, we can say I saw by my own eyes.
Okay. Russell, what do you say? Yes, very good, Dhilal.
Yes, Doctor, I agree with Dhalal. I saw with my own eyes.
With my own eyes. Is it acceptable to say in the mother of my eyes?
No, doctor.
No. No, Doctor, it's
Why?
literal.
It's literal because it is inequivalent, does not convey the equivalent of the same meaning to the target language. You see here, we are concentrating on the equivalent. We are trying to create an equivalent meaning. Amani Malik.
Yes, doctor. I saw in my dream.
Okay, good. I saw in my dream. I'm red there and red. Yes. What do you say, ladies? I saw. We are using the same verb. Is it okay to say I saw in my dreams? Surah Qasim.
Yes, doctor. We can say also I have seen.
I have seen in my dream. Okay. So you are concentrating on the verb see.
Yes.
Another rendition, another suggestion. Aisha.
Doctor, can I say I have seen with my own eyes?
No, we are concerned now with the example of رأيت في المنام.
Doctor, we can say
Doctor?
I was saw
Rania.
in my dream.
I was?
Doctor, we can say I was say in my dream.
No, it is a simple text. So,
Doctor?
it's enough. But is it correct to say I saw in my dream? Are we reproducing
Doctor?
just like Naiden? Are we reproducing Rania Jassim?
Maybe we can say I say
reproducing
in a dream.
I saw in a dream. Okay, you are. It is almost. This is almost the same meaning. The same meaning of this rendition. Riyam Hussein.
Yes, doctor, we can say I saw in my dream because I didn't say in my own, but the sentence رأيت في المنام, we can say I saw in a dream, not in my own dream.
Yes, when you say رأيت, it means I am the one who saw. By the way, do we say I saw in a dream? What does it mean here? Can we say I dreamed instead of I saw? Because in Arabic, we say رأيت في المنام. In English, they say just like that. I dreamed of so and so. You see the difference between languages, ladies? Neither is concentrating on reproducing the effect. The effect which is found in the original the effect which is created in the original text must be found in the target. So instead of repeating, of literally translating رأيت في المنام, I can say I dreamed of, because it is that in that way used in the source language. What about the last example, the last text?
May I, doctor? Can I, doctor? I see that you are right.
I see that you are right. Okay. Let's see. Good. So you are using the same verb. See. So that they are the same. Who else? Aya Ahmad.
Yes, doctor. I see you are right. It's the same.
Yes, I see.
May I, doctor?
Yes. Who else?
May I, doctor?
Batul Hassan.
Yes, doctor. May I can say I believe you are correct.
I believe, or I what? Is it I believe? Believe. What's the meaning of believe? What's the meaning of believe? What's the meaning of believe here?
يعني أعتقد أؤمن.
أؤمن?
Yeah.
أعتقد أؤمن.
أؤمن.
Yes. Yes, good. This is another suggestion, but you didn't give the adequate meaning of the word I أرى أنك.
Okay.
May I, doctor?
غفران.
Yes, doctor, can we say I noted that you are right?
Why don't you say I think, just like Batul? She was so close to the meaning. I think you are right. أعتقد here, I believe, أصدق, أؤمن. It is a different from أعتقد, I think. بها ظن أكثر هنا. Okay? You see in these different examples, ladies, although in the Arabic text, in the source text, the writer has used different text using the same word, but in each context, هذا بكل سياق هاي الجمل, in each example, in each text, there is a different context. So the translation should take context into consideration. You should not translate literally. You have rendered all these رأيت, أرى as so or see. So sometimes when you replace words, you will get a literal meaning. Although it seems acceptable to you, but to the native speaker, they will consider that you are a non-native. You are trying to reproduce a similar meaning, not the exact meaning. It is understood, I know, when someone reads it, will understand what you are trying to say, but they will realize that you are a non-native. You are not producing an idiomatic translation. Remember this term? An idiomatic translation, it means that you are creating the same effect, just like Naida, Eugene Naida. This is just to remind you, Zainab Jafar, of Eugene Naida. He is concentrating on reproducing إعادة إنتاج, the same effect which is found in the original. Okay? You have a question?
Doctor?
I'll share with you. Yes.
Doctor, isn't the definition of NIDA and TABER was the same definition, or let we say the closest one to Holiday and Ital, Catford and House? They also use this equivalent from a textual material equivalent to another
Holiday
text.
and the other. Yes, Holiday and the other scholars, they were just trying to concentrate on how to transfer meaning from one language into another. NIDA emphasized the importance of creating, besides meaning, you have to create the same effect which is found in the original. يعني شلون اللغة الأصلية أثرت قراءها، لازم الترجمة تخلق نفس التأثير وين؟ قراءها أيضا. So NIDA is different from the other because he included element of effect. Yes. I'll share with you again our PowerPoint. Thank you, Zainab. It's a very nice question.
Thank you. So the best definition for translation according to scientists, we will choose NIDA and TABER.
Scholars, not scientists.
Scholars, okay.
Yes.
Can
it
we
depends
choose one?
on your own. Yes, you can. It is up to you. In the exam, inshallah, I'll ask you about your own definition. What do you prefer and why you have chosen this definition, for instance? In your opinion, does it convey the message of translation? You have to give me the reasons behind choosing a specific definition. So for you, you have chosen NIDA, and this is a very good choice for you.
Okay, Doctor, I see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Most welcome. I'll share the PowerPoint again to complete the exploration of translation. Before that, I'll take your names for today. Adyan. Adyan.
Yes, Doctor, I am here.
Yes, good. Isra Majid. Isra. Isra Majid. Absent. إسراء محسن.
دكتورة إسراء محسن موجودة. نعم دكتورة.
واصل. اسمع صالح.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. اسمع عبد القادر.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, good. Yes, thank you. Amani. Amani Malik.
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
Amina Karim.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Amna Malik. Mariam, ladies.
Yes, doctor.
Riyam Fadel.
Yes, doctor.
Ayat Muhammad.
Yes, doctor.
Aya Ibrahim is here. Aya Rasul.
Yes, doctor.
Aya Imad.
دكتور آيات خضير.
Yes, doctor.
Ayat Khudayr. Yes, I've seen you. Ayat Khudayr. Hassan. Zahra Sittar.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor. Sabah. Yes, thank you. Ilaf Isam.
Doctor, I'm here.
Thank you. Ilaf Isam. Absent. Iman Abdul Emma. Iman. Absent. Iman Karim.
Yes, I'm here.
Rania and Batul, why you are raising your hands? Iman Karim, yes. Lower hand, please. Ban Abbas.
Dictora me Ilaf. Dictora me Ilaf. Ilaf Isam, I am here.
Yes, good. Good morning, Ilaf.
دكتورة إلاف صباح حماد.
Ilaf Sabah is here, yes. Both of you are present. Ban Abbas. Absent. Batul Hassan, she is here. Batul Hassan Khalifa, Khalaf, where are you? Batul Hassan Ati is here.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Yes. Batul Hassan is here. Rusul Jabur?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, thank you. Buraq is here. Zahra Abbas?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Tabarak Hassan? Tabarak? Absent? Tabarak Laith? Tabarak Laith absent too. Fatma Safa?
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Fatma Safa, yes, good. Tagreed Abid?
Yes, doctor.
Yes, thank you. Haneen Shakir? Haneen? Absent? Ilaf Isam, she has left the meeting. Call her, please, or she will be absent. Haneen Ali. Haneen Ali is here.
Yes,
I know.
doctor.
Haneen Ali Hadi. Yes, Haneen Ali Hadi. Good. Haneen Nabil.
Yes, Dr. Hani Nabil.
Yes, thank you. Hawra Jasim.
Yes, doctor, I'm here.
Yes, good. Hawra Ali.
Yes, doctor.
Zahra Hadi.
هذه جاسم دكتورة. العفو دكتورة زهراء هذه شنو؟
كاظم. لا زهرة هادي.
يس دكتور. جاسم هي.
جاسم sorry.
جاسم.
Where is he?
دكتورة أني زهراء هذه جاسم.
Yes, most welcome زهراء. ريام حسين. Yes, thank you.
Yes, doctor.
رانيا جاسم. I've seen her, I guess. Rania Adil is here. Where is Rania Jasim?
Yes, doctor.
Most welcome. Ruqayya Kareem.
Yes, doctor, I am here.
Yes, Ruqayya Kareem. Zahra Najm. Zahra Najm. Absent. Zahra Hadi is here. Nidal Shallal.
Yes,
Nidal.
Yes, doctor,
Nidal
I'm
is
here.
Who are you? Nidal Shallal is here. Yes, I know. Fatma Sattar.
Yes, doctor, I am here.
Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Let's see the third group. Wasting time with absentees. But we have to be fair enough. Sarah Qutayba.
Yes, doctor.
Surah.
Yes.
Sama Sami.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, most welcome. Sumaya
Yes,
Ammar.
doctor.
Yes, Habibti. Sumaya Ammar.
Yes, doctor.
Sally.
Yes, doctor.
Sally.
Yes,
Yes.
doctor.
Surah Ismail.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Zainab Basim.
Yes, doctor.
Shayma Tahrir.
Yes, doctor.
Shahid Ali Abd. شهد علي عبد حسن يس موجودة. شهد علي فراس.
Yes, doctor.
شيماء حسن أحمد. hurry up. شيماء absent. صفا أحمد. صفا absent. زينب نوري. زينب absent. صفا سمير.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, most welcome. طيبة إبراهيم.
Yes,
طيبة.
doctor.
Yes.
Yes,
سجا
doctor.
صلاح. Yes, most welcome حبيبتي. سجا صلاح. Yes, thank you. طيبة جبار.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, doctor.
طيبة, yes. سجا سعد is here. She talked.
Yes.
طيبة محمد. طيبة.
Yes, doctor.
ظلال, she is here. عائشة عماد. I think I've seen her. عائشة عماد. Absent. عائشة كريم.
Yes, doctor.
عائشة كريم. Thank you. عائشة هاشم. عائشة هاشم.
Yes, doctor. Yes, doctor.
Where are you? Yes, most welcome. عذراء خضر.
Yes, doctor.
عذراء علي. One of the عذراءs has
Doctor.
taken a leave for the vaccine.
Yes.
For vaccination.
Yes, doctor.
عذراء علي? Yes.
Yes.
عذراء علي, she has taken a leave. Yes.
عذراء خضر
عزيزة.
doctor. Is here.
عذراء خضر. Yes. عذراء خضر is here. Yes.
دكتورة.
عزيزة. A minute. A
دكتورة.
minute. A minute. عائشة. عزيزة. عزيزة, where are you?
دكتورة اسمي.
اسمك انت ما موجودة. عائشة. عائشة عماد. اوكي. علا حسن. علا.
نعم دكتورة.
علا اوكي. عائشة عماد, mute yourself. عائشة عماد, غلق الصوت. عائشة. اوكي. سجا سعد has left the meeting. بس اخذت الحضور ودارت وجهها وراحت. وين اسمها؟
دكتورة.
نعم.
دكتورة اسمي مصحتي. خليني أكمل هاي المجموعة. علياء محمد.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, most welcome. رسل ليث, she is here. زينب حردان.
نعم
زينب.
دكتورة.
Yes, most welcome. غسق.
نعم دكتورة.
نعم
غسق.
دكتورة.
غفران.
نعم دكتورة.
نعم دكتورة.
غفران علي. غفران فلاح. نشطة غفران علي. Good for
نعم
you.
دكتورة.
غفران فلاح. Yes, good.
نعم دكتورة.
فاطمة إبراهيم.
Yes دكتور.
فاطمة الزهراء.
Yes دكتور.
Yes, most welcome. سراء قاسم.
Yes دكتور.
Yes. فاطمة حسين.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, most welcome to all of you. فاطمة رائد.
Yes دكتور.
Yes. ميس حسين, she has taken a leave. مسار. مسار.
Yes, doctor.
Yes, most welcome. منار كنعان.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. سهام حسن.
Yes,
سهام
doctor.
حسين.
Yes, doctor.
Yes. زينب جعفر is here.
Yes, doctor.
فاطمة عبود. Yes, most welcome. فاطمة عبود. فاطمة عبود. She's absent. Okay. Who is here? Which one didn't call her
دكتورة
name?
سوري بس أسراء ماجد كتبت بالشات إنه المايك مالتها ما يشتغل بس هي موجودة.
وينها؟
كتبت بالشات.
قولي لها خل تكتب again. Let her write something again.
أوكي.
دكتورة اسمي زهراء نجم شعبة A.
Where have you been زهراء؟
دكتورة والله العظيم ما صار يمي أصوات كل شوية وما سمعتك. احنا عمال والصوت كلش عالي.
Okay حبيبتي. Now ladies.
أستاذة بس
For you أسراء.
المقاطعة.
Yes. You hear me? Yes زهراء هادي.
ستعتذر عن المقاطعة بس أنا زهراء هادي جاسم صرت بديلة عن الخيزران عمر من ذاتي اسمي الما يشكل.
لا موجودة شفتك وابتسمتي ابتسامتك هاي الحلوة بالصورة.
دكتورة شكرا.
حبيبتي.
دكتورة أنا بشعبة A.
زهراء هادي كاظم. Where are you? زهراء هادي جاسم. زهراء. In which section? زهراء هادي جاسم. Yes, you are present. زهراء هادي جاسم محمد. Most welcome.
Yes دكتور شكرا.
بعد وقت تنقلات بنات خلوا ببالكم هاي الأسماء فاينل ولهذا تذكرت الأسماء بالصفوف.
دكتورة.
إسراء ماجد. Yes, you are present حبيبتي if you hear me.
دكتورة أنا بشعبة A.
Batul Hassan. Where have you been, Batul?
دكتورة هسه جنت.
خلصت رأيكم جيتي؟
لا دكتورة أنا.
You are present, yes. Batul Hassan, Batul Hassan Ati, Batul Hassan Khalaf. Both of you.
دكتورة
Yes.
دكتورة وأنا بشعبة سي شيماء حسن.
شيماء حسن. Let me
Yes
share.
دكتورة كنت موجودة من بداية المحاضرة بس فصل النت.
تشوفون بنات ايش قد ياخذ وقت؟ نضيع يعني تقريبا 10 دقائق على الأسماء. شيماء حسن أحمد يلا. You are here. So Shema, you have read the definitions of translation that I've assigned you.
الدكتور يعني honestly no.
Why? Good. It's good for being honest. Thank you. But why you didn't read them?
Yes doctor, because I didn't يعني withdraw them, so يعني I couldn't read them in the phone. يعني I'm waiting.
What's the meaning of withdraw? What do you mean? I didn't
يعني
get
قصدي
your
أسحبهم إنه أسحبهم ورقي.
Here you are translating. You are translating literally. Good for you, Shema. Withdraw. يسحب something. To مثلا withdraw the troops. يسحب القوات. Here it means that you didn't download them. ما نزلتيهم للصف. لم تقومي بتحميل الملفات. For instance, you mean download here. See, ladies.
And this is considered as a wrong game.
No, it's okay. It's for the first time. It's okay. Next time it will be something dangerous. As you see, ladies, sometimes when we don't get the meaning, suppose that she is chatting with a native speaker and she say that I didn't withdraw. He or she will not get her point, will not understand what she is talking about. But since I'm dealing with literal translation, I've understood that she didn't download them. Sometimes when you don't, although we are concerned with meaning, but if you don't choose the right word that conveys meaning, your message will not be well understood, right? So this is a live example about translation. I'll share again our PowerPoint about translation. Remember in the last lecture that we've talked about different types of electronic dictionaries that you can find online? And we have picked, yes, and we have picked Cambridge Dictionary. So to give you an example about the use of dictionary and translation, we have two words here. We have economic and economical. Did you come across these two terms before? No, I'm sure that you didn't come across. Even if some of you have come across the word, it is economic, which means what? اقتصادي. Okay, good. So what about economical? It is also اقتصادي. So when we check a dictionary, we'll get the exact meaning of these two words. I'll share the dictionary with you now. Oh, you didn't? I didn't share the PowerPoint?
No, monsieur. Yes, miss. No, doctor.
No, yes, doctor. Here. Yes, here I'm asking you to pay attention to these two terms. Economic and economical. We'll check it in the Cambridge Dictionary to see what does it mean and have it in translation. You see the Cambridge Dictionary?
Yes, doctor.
So I've checked the word economic. Relating, you see these entries? The meaning of economic relating to what? To trade, industry and money. يعني فشي له علاقة بالتجارة والصناعة والمال. Look at the example. The country has been in a very poor economic state ever since the decline of its two major industries. The government's economic policies have led us into the worst recession in years. This word economic, it is used as an adjective, meaning something related to what? To trade, industry, or money. فشيء له علاقة بالاقتصاد. إذن الصفة بالعربية شنو؟ Let's take this example. What about the other adjective? Economical. See the difference here. Economical.
Economical.
شوفوا? Even the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation, that is a British English and American.
Economical.
Economical. So it is not using a lot of fuel, money, etc. Just like Russell, you've said مقتصد, right? Russell Laith, you've said the meaning of economical is مقتصد.
I said اقتصادي. لا
اقتصادي.
دكتور أنا قلت مقتصد.
Yes, Rania, good for you. Very good. So here, ladies, in a translation, we have to differentiate. We have to pick the correct meaning of a word. Although some words have, they seem similar in writing, but each one of them has its own meaning. And this is the danger of literal translation. You have to be very careful when picking a word, just like the word by Shema. She didn't differentiate between withdraw and download. And she has given us a very good example about such a method of translation.
العفو دكتورة أو أقاطعك بس تحكي الحضور لأن أنا هسه دخلت للميت.
لأن دخلتي على الميت ورأسا قاطعتينا وبالعربي كتبي مسج استأذني يا بان. ليش هسه دخلتي للميت؟ قولي يهمش بس الحضور. سألتي احنا شخصنا؟ سألتوني لو لا؟
دكتورة أنا دخلت عن طريق الكلاس بس شو ماكو حضور يعني ماكو أول الحاضرين ما دخلت عن طريق الرابط.
شلون بعد دخلتي هسه؟
هسه دخلت عن طريق الرابط يلا طلعتوا يعني هيجي
لا شلون نطلع؟ أكيد ندخل عن طريق الرابط.
أي أنا دخلت عن طريق الكلاس وكنت هناك منتظرة.
شكو منتظرة هناك وهنا العرس.
أي دكتورة ما أدري هسه طلعتوا واخذين الحضور.
يلا هسه المهم مشيناك إياها هالمرة. مرت الله تدخلين على الميت وتشوفين المعازيم وشكو ماكو. بان عبالك. So Ban, we have been discussing the importance of translation and the many definitions of translation. I've asked you to read, right? Can you tell me which definition you have chosen and why? Yes, Shema. Where are you?
Yes, doctor.
She's Shema or Ban, sorry.
Ban. She was Ban.
Yes, Ban. Where are you, Ban? Ban Abbas. So which definition you have chosen and why? Where are you, Ban? This is unacceptable, Ban, to be present physically. You have to participate, okay? I've put a sign before your name. Next time you have to participate, or you have to be careful later on. So ladies, we have been talking about the difference between the literal way of translation. When you translate literally, you won't get the exact meaning of words. Although in Arabic they seem identical. When to say اقتصادي, both of them they seem identical. كلمتين لما تقولون اقتصادي تبين كأنه الكلمة متطابقة نفسها متماثلة. But in English there is a huge difference between what? Between economic as being related to trade, money, industry, etc. and economical, it means not using a lot of money. Let's take other examples. You get the point, ladies?
Yes, yes, doctor.
Okay. Economic and economical. I asked you to check it and we've checked it together. We have taken this example. You see this example, ladies? The country has been in a very poor economic state. So, are there any vague words? Instead of saying has been, we are going to take this tense later on. The country is in a very poor economic state. How to translate it into Arabic?
May I, Doctor?
Who is it?
Riyam Hussein, Doctor.
Yes, most welcome, Riyam.
It means, for example, in Arabic, هذه الدولة في حالة اقتصاد ضعيف. إنه اقتصاد هذه الدولة ضعيف.
اقتصاد هذه الدولة ضعيف. Okay. What do you say, ladies? You agree with her?
Dr. Mayan?
Dr. Mayan?
May I,
Dr. Mayan?
Siham.
No, doctor, I don't agree with her translation because
Yes,
she changed it a lot. So I, in my opinion, I translate.
As if she was explaining, not translating. كأنما كانت تشرح لنا الموضوع. As if she gave us the theme of this text.
To the words, not to the meaning.
Yes. So what do you say?
البلد في حالة اقتصاد رديئة.
Doctor, can I?
رديء, yes, doctor.
A minute. Whose translation is this? The first one. Who participated? اقتصاد هذه الدولة ضعيف. Which one?
دكتورة ريام حسين.
Riyam, it was yours? Good, Riyam. Because it opens discussion, although it is a very good one. Later on, we are going to take some hints of this translation. Yes. Aya Ahmad, what do you say?
Yes, doctor. البلاد في حالة اقتصادية سيئة للغاية.
البلاد
اقتصادية سيئة للغاية. Doctor, can I?
Yes, your name? Because I can't see names right now.
شيء.
Ahead?
Yes, دكتور. دكتور البلد في حالة اقتصادية ضعيفة.
ضعيفة، سيئة، رديئة. صح. Yes.
Can I, Doctor?
Can I?
Your name?
رانيا.
Okay, Rania. Go ahead.
البلاد في حال اقتصادي متدني.
Can't you, all of you are using what? You are using nominal sentences. And Riyam, she started the sentence with اقتصاد. This is good. She started with a nominal sentence. Can we use a verbal sentence? You know the meaning of a verbal.
Can I, Doctor?
Rusul?
Surah?
Surah. Yes, Surah. Go ahead.
Can we say البلد تمر بفترة اقتصادية صعبة?
Yes, it is good, but you didn't start with a verb. You also started with a nominal sentence. Can you make it a verbal?
Miss, may I?
This is good.
Miss, may I?
Yes, Surah.
براق, Miss.
No, Surah. I'm asking Surah. You said البلد يمر بحالة اقتصادية so and so. Can you make it a verbal sentence? قادرين نسويها جملة فعلية. هنا أنا اسمية لو فعلية. Is it a nominal or a verbal?
Can we say يمر البلد بحالة اقتصادية
Yes.
صعبة?
Of course. This is a very good rendition. So you've started with the verb. Now you've started with the verb. يمر. اعتبريها هنا. يمر البلد بحالة اقتصادية سيئة أو بوضع اقتصادي سيء.
دكتور
براق.
دكتور the same.
The same. So good.
May I, دكتورة?
Yes, good for you, Surah. Either you start with the verb or with the sentence and then you mind the style of the text. Ayat Muhammad.
Yes, Doctora. We could say the country يعني هذا البلد في منطقة اقتصادية فقيرة.
No, this is another meaning. يعني it means that not the country is having a bad economic state, but the area. We are talking the country itself, about the country itself. حوراء جاسم.
يدخل البلد في حالة اقتصادية رديئة.
يمر. Or can we say يعاني?
يعاني
كذلك.
من وضع اقتصادي مو أي حالة. شهد.
يدخل يعاني من حالة اقتصادية فقيرة.
Here, poor. Is it فقير here? We have two adjectives. Poor economic state. State أما حالة أو وضع. Economic اقتصادي. إذن هي الحالة اقتصادية. إيش بيها poor? Is it فقيرة here? Does it mean فقيرة فاطمة صفاء؟
لا هنا ممكن تجي سيئة رديئة ضعيفة متدنية.
What else? سيئة or سهام؟
ضعيفة.
يا ضعيفة دكتور.
Can we say حالة اقتصادية ضعيفة؟
أو حالة
متردية متدنية
متدهورة.
Good. So all these renditions are conveying the meaning of what? Of a poor. Look at this image. See the difference between economic and economical? Economic, it is relating to the money. For instance, the president's economic programs are full of contradictions. هنا هسه نترجمها ونشوف. Economical, look at the difference. It means efficient, thrifty, كفو يقتصد بالمال. Walking to work is always economical. See the difference between the two? This is a very nice explanation for the difference between being economic and economical. So when you go home walking, it means that you are economic or economical, according to this image.
Economical.
Economical. Why? Because you are what? You are not spending money.
Yeah, I'm saving. I'm saving
yes,
my
you
money.
are saving money, and instead of riding a bus, for instance, you are walking. So you are economical. You have to differentiate between the two. So how to translate? walking toward.
So, Doctor, both of them, sorry, Doctor, for interrupt, but both of them
Yes.
are adjective, but they
Both
are,
of them are adjectives, good.
yes,
but
they
each one
are
of them,
different in meaning.
yes. Remember, ladies, that we've said in the examples, رأيت في المنام, رأيت شجرة. I've told you that although the same verb, رأى, رأى, and all these examples, but each sentence is used within a similar, within a particular context. Remember the word context, سياق? Remember? This is a very good, this image, this is a very good example about context. Always when I talk about context, remember this example. It is telling you what's the meaning of context. كل وحدة إلها سياقها. So see the word economic. What is the context of economic? It is related to economy, to money, to industry, to trade. هذا السياق مالتها معناها أني وين أستخدمها. As for economical, it means saving something, to save something, not spending a lot, either money or something else. عرفت شنو معنى السياق؟ إنه the atmosphere, the situation in which a certain meaning is used. هو هذا الcontext. So when you translate, you don't only convey words, but convey meaning within a specific context. Rania, you are raising your hand?
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
Doctor, when I say يعني مثلا قلنا إن البلد يمر في حال اقتصادي متدني، أو إحنا قلنا إذا هو البلد في حال اقتصادي متدني، هي أوكي الجملة الأولى اسمية والجملة الثانية فعلية، بس يعني هنا إذا أنا حقول الجملة الأولى أو الثانية بالحالتين على هاي الجملة هي حتكون خطأ أو يعني إنه حيكون مقابل ما
Remember, ladies, I've told you from the first lecture that sometimes you convey meaning, but one of them, as you have here, two suggestions, either البلد يمر في حالة اقتصادية سيئة or يمر البلد. Both of them are acceptable, both of them are meaningful, but one of them is more powerful than the other. In Arabic, Arabs prefer verbal sentences. العرب يحبون الجملة الفعلية. So which one in your opinion is the better?
The second one.
Which one? Start with what?
Start with the verb.
Yes, good. So here, although you conveyed meaning, sometimes your renditions almost they are similar. They convey meaning, but one of them is more powerful. One of them sounds more Arabic, sounds more stylistic. It has a powerful style. مرات أنا أكتب تذكرون كتبون الإنشاء. Although you are talking about the same theme, or in the other exam, let's leave composition. Other exam, you are answering a certain question, which takes a paragraph. Okay? One of you takes a full mark, and the other student has a minus. Why? Because she didn't write it well. She didn't formulate her text well enough. In a translation, although sometimes you convey meaning, but you need other things to construct meaning. You have to concentrate on structure of your text. So the verbal structure is stronger than the nominal.
Yes, Doctor.
Okay.
We will can say it is both of them is correct, but we will choose the best.
Of course, both of them, almost all of them, they convey meaning. They convey almost the same meaning, but one of them is stronger than the other. Why? Because it sounds more Arabic. لما أسمع أحيانا نص معين أقول أي باقي الكاتب إيش قد قوي، وأسمع شخص آخر يتكلم نفس الكلام بس بلغة ضعيفة، اثنينهم دي ينقلون المعنى. أيهما بالنسبة لك هو الأفضل؟ اللي ينقل المعنى بلغة عربية فصيحة وسليمة من الأخطاء. واضحة الفكرة عنها؟
Yes, Doctor. Yes, I understand.
All of you, you are sometimes trying to give your best, but by practicing, you will realize that you have to pay great attention, not only for English, but for Arabic too, because in a translation, we have a sort of balance. عندي هنا نفت what? عندي ميزان. You can't pay attention to one of the languages and leave the other. You can't be interested in English while you neglect Arabic, and vice versa. والعكس صحيح. You have to pay attention to both languages, and you have to know the context in which a specific meaning is used. Just like this example. This is a very good example. I have another example. The word historical. What's the meaning of the word historical?
تاريخي.
Tarikh. Very good. I have historical and historic. Historic. So what's the difference? What's the difference between historical and historic? Both of them denote tarikhi in Arabic. It is translated as tarikhi. Historical is related to history as a discipline. لها علاقة بالتاريخ. But when I say this is a historic address by the president, هذا خطاب تاريخي من الرئيس. هنا تاريخي. هو كان يتكلم عن التاريخ. لو شنو معناه هنا؟ A historic address. خطاب تاريخي. It means a very important address. عرفت الفرق بنات؟ شنو اللي يحدد لي؟ شنو اللي يحدد لي اختار هاي المعنى لو هذا؟ الكونتكست. اكو سياق معين هو يجبرني اختار هاي، اختار economic or economical. ان امشي الى المدرسة هذا اقتصادي for instance. اقتصادي هنا معناها economic or economical.
economical.
وليش اختارتي؟ لأن هو السياق جبرت. There is a certain atmosphere that controls the theme of the text. Okay? Unfortunately, we have arrived at the end of our lecture. I can't feel time with you. Time elapsed so quickly with you.
Likewise, Doctor.
Doctor, we get a lot of benefit when in your lecture.
No, because you are participating, Rania. No, it is up to you. It is your own prints. You are participating. That's why you are using your mind. You are practicing a brainstorming. You are discovering different things in your mind. Thank you very much for all of you, for participating, for attending early, for being so active. Thank you again.
Doctor, for your beautiful explanation.
Thank you for
Thank you.
See you next lecture, inshallah. I wish you all the
Yeah,
best.
Doctor, inshallah.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Stop presenting and end meeting. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye. All
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye, Habibti. See you next week, inshallah.